Hi everybody. Alright, the end of the world didn't happen. Not yet. But that doesn't mean that we can't expect it to happen soon, or keep looking for evidence that it may happen anytime now. ResistNet.com, Sun Prophecy, October 25th. Oh my god, Thanksgiving Day Massacre. Oh my god, Thanksgiving Day Massacre, that's like right around the corner. Well, according to this website, the Bible code says that that when you run the word Thanksgiving 2010 or something, in the computer, it comes up with like massacre and tells you a lot of people will die. And it says the end of November, especially Thanksgiving weekend, will unfortunately come with an increased risk for every American being touched by violence and conflict. This is a bizarre thing here. Basically says that the terrorists are going to strike several cities, including Omaha, Wichita, Chicago, Phoenix, and Denver. The first bomb will go off on Thanksgiving Day, and one will blow up every day for the next 4 days, causing tens of thousands of deaths, toppling buildings, and leading to widespread panic. Enact a top secret plan to send everybody to FEMA camps. And then it turns out that the true origin of the terrorist atrocity is revealed as a massive Al-Qaeda cell. After that, the terrorists are brought to trial before an international tribunal, but videotapes of them begging officials for clemency are released on Al Jazeera, which embarrasses terrorists worldwide so much that it effectively breaks the organization's back through the Middle East. Okay, I have a few problems with this. First of all, Denver, I don't know, man, they have the Denver airport there, and apparently the government's moving over there, and they also have like a huge underground base, so I don't know, why would they blow up the city where they're planning to set up shop? And also that it turns out that it's Al-Qaeda who's behind this. I mean, that's not possible. Al-Qaeda is the CIA. I mean, doesn't the Bible know that? It was supposed to be written by God. I mean, so much for being omniscient. The government ends up saving the day with FEMA camps and... Okay, I've heard enough. I read this and I thought, come on, man, you gotta be kidding me. You're not really serious here. I mean, there's some serious problems here, like I said, Blaming it on Al-Qaeda. So I went to look more into the Bible code. I went to this one, Satan's Rapture. Well, this one has a bunch of prophecies that didn't come true, like that Hillary Clinton was going to be elected president in 2008, and a bunch of other stuff. And it gives all these prophecies, and then it says, if this prophecy comes true. Okay, there's a problem there, because if it's a prophecy, it will come true. And if it's not going to come true, it's because it's not a prophecy, it's a guess. So I have a problem with that. But I always had a problem with the Bible code, because, well, at least the way that it's done now, it's used like, like a kind of oracle, a fortune teller or something, and apparently you can have like a do-it-yourself Bible code thing where you do it at home. But see, the Bible was written in ancient languages like Hebrew, Greek, and I think Aramaic too. But the Bible code is done in English, so how does that make sense? Are you telling me that God wrote the Bible back then with a code in it that you could only pull out with a computer in a language that at the time didn't exist yet? See, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And he speaks like, he says thou and stuff like that. So why would he have a bunch of prophecies in modern English? I'm just doing this vlog because, just to say, like, people stop freaking out about like prophecies for the end of the world and aliens and stuff like that. We got enough problems as it is. What's going on with the TSA, that's a serious problem. Because see, they want to implement their Mark of the Beast system. But they can't just go like, okay, everybody, as of tomorrow, you have to receive the Mark of the Beast. I mean, the microchip, to keep you safe. They have to be clever about it. So the airport thing is a great way to do it, because everybody's afraid to fly anyway. So then they bring more and more security. And then they bring it to the point where it's like, you don't want to be irradiated, you don't want to be groped. Now I've heard they're even putting their hands inside people's pants. And now they have this thing, they have this special program where you can get a little card that says like you're a trusted passenger or something like that. And of course I'm sure it has a microchip in it. And then you don't have to go through that stuff. But probably not everyone will take one. And then at some point, you'll have to have one to get on the plane. Although, isn't that what your passport's for? got a microchip in it. And then at some point they'll say it has to be implantable because they'll set it up so that, people committing fraud with these cards. And so then you'll have to get an implantable chip. Like, that's the way that they could do it. Slowly, maybe throw in a pandemic here or there, a disaster and something like that. And you'll need this eventually for all areas of your life. But that's how it's going to be. Slowly, step by step, frog boiling in the pot. They don't need to do a false flag nuclear disaster. They don't need to do that. They already did that with 9/11. And now they just have to continue to lay their plans this way, and in such a way that we slowly get used to the next step of tyranny, and as it comes, step by step. Don't wake everybody up too fast, because they'll stop shopping and they'll freak out, and that would be no good. Because actually, we call them the powers that be, but we are just as much the powers that be as they are. Because we have not only strength in numbers, but also strength with our own minds. It's hard to control us. How can they control us? So that's the big thing for them, is that actually by us refusing to submit to it, we're very powerful. If we can realize our own sovereignty and the power of our own minds also to change things. That the fear, that's why I was saying don't buy into the fear, because that's the biggest tool that they have to get you to go along with their plans. So I would recommend stop reading stuff like Bible code and freaking yourselves out, because you're actually just helping the New World Order by doing that. Thanks for listening to me rant, and I'll see you next time.